The Democratic Republic of the Congo has been hit by 2 decades of civil war. 6 million people are believed to have lost their lives. Entire villages have been forced to flee, and today around 2 million people are internally displaced. The humanitarian crisis has left 1 in 10 people in need of assistance. The fight for control of natural resources, as well as ethnic conflict in DRC, have created one of the world's most complex humanitarian crises. Access is a key challenge to those trying to manage emergencies. The country's infrastructure is limited and often under the control of militias. The EU Humanitarian Aid Service, EcoFlight, brings NGO workers to where help is needed the most. We joined Marianne on her trip to her base in the province Nyunzu. She heads the nutrition program for the NGO Première Urgence Internationale.
There are real problems accessing the area. The EcoFlight service allows us to transport people and goods and materials like medicine and everything we need to complete our work.
The European Commission's EcoFlight service has 6 planes in Kenya, Mali and DRC. The EU also funds aircraft to deliver life-saving aid to other conflict zones.
The fleet has grown according to need. Now we have 3 planes here. EcoFlight supports its NGO partners with regular flights, flights on demand, and medical evacuation or security evacuation flights where they're needed in the field.
From Nyunzu, it takes another 2 hours on a narrow jungle trail to reach Louise. The village is home to around 20,000 displaced people who fled from violence between Pygmy and Bantu tribes. We passed several burned-out villages. Marianne went to check in on the NGO's mobile clinic.
This clinic was set up last September and opens twice a week. How is it going? We opened this clinic here because it was a major displacement site. People receive free health care, especially children under 5 who are more vulnerable, and also malnourished children who also receive food rations. Every week we see around 200 people.
Malnutrition and measles are common. Francine is 2.5. Her mother brought her here last September. They sleep outdoors and they are both sick.
I left because my village was attacked by the Pygmies. My brother was killed. Conditions here are miserable, but we have no choice. Healthcare and food assistance are central to the humanitarian effort. We saw how mobile clinics provide basic treatment to entire villages on the move. Next, we'll go to South Kivu to see how a food fair can help internally displaced people and boost the local economy.
The flight to South Kivu takes around 2 hours. We're on the way to meet Suleiman and his team from the NGO Acted in Kulula. They're going to organize a food fair. For the pilots, a tricky landing in this insecure area is one of their biggest challenges.
In this region, displacement is caused by the armed conflict between government forces and the self-defense militias. People are constantly on the move.
The NGO flew to Kulula several times to identify the most vulnerable families. In the end, 15,000 displaced people from nearby villages were given vouchers which they could exchange for food at the fair. The vendors are all local businesses who had submitted tenders.
19 stallholders were chosen from the original 50 applicants.
After our visit, both Nyunzu and Kulula suffered further attacks. The volatile security situation makes this sort of humanitarian assistance vital.